Did you know the average human lifespan has more than doubled in the last 2 centuries? But what if we could stretch that lifespan infinitely, living not for decades, but for centuries, millennia, or even forever? The idea of eternal life has fascinated humanity for as long as we've existed. From ancient myths about fountains of youth to modern scientific pursuits like cryonics and gene editing, immortality is a concept we're obsessed with. But could we handle it? And more importantly, what would it cost us? Let's start with the obvious appeal. Living forever would mean endless opportunities. You'd never run out of time to chase your dreams, explore the world, or master every skill imaginable. Always wanted to become a concert pianist, learn 5 languages, or finally read every book on your shelf? With eternity on your hands, there's nothing stopping you. But while it sounds amazing on the surface, living forever might not be the golden ticket we think it is. Take a closer look, and cracks begin to form in the seemingly perfect fantasy of immortality. What happens when there's no end in sight? Would time become meaningless? Think about it. Much of what makes life special is that it's limited. Birthdays are milestones because they don't go on forever. Achievements feel significant because there's only so much time to achieve them. If you knew you had infinite time, would you still feel the same drive? Or would procrastination become your eternal companion? I can always do it later becomes I'll never do it at all. Then there's the question of memory. Our brains aren't designed to store infinite lifetimes of experiences. Would we start forgetting entire decades? Imagine losing entire chapters of your life, friends you once cherished, or skills you once mastered. Over time, would you even recognize yourself? You'd be a walking contradiction, full of gaps, with more past than you could possibly keep track of. And let's not forget society. If immortality were available to everyone, how would the world handle a population that never ages or dies? Earth can only support so many people. Would we start rationing resources? Fighting wars over food, water, or living space? Maybe immortality would only be available to the wealthy, creating an eternal underclass that's forced to serve them. The promise of eternal life could lead to eternal inequality. But what if only you were immortal? Would you watch the people you love grow old and die over and over again? Would relationships lose meaning if you knew they were always temporary for everyone but you? The loneliness of outliving everyone might be the most painful consequence of all. And there's another twist. Immortality doesn't guarantee invincibility. Sure, you wouldn't die of old age or disease, but accidents, injuries, or catastrophic events, those could still take you out. You'd have to live with the fear of losing your immortality in an instant, an eternity on edge. Even on a more personal level, the world itself would change beyond recognition. Imagine being born in the 1800s and still being alive today. How much of your identity could survive as the culture, technology, and even the language around you evolves? Would you adapt, or would you become stuck, a relic of a time long gone? Still, some people might argue it's worth it. Scientists are already exploring ways to extend human life, from reversing cellular aging to replacing failing organs with lab-grown ones. But should we focus on living forever, or on making the time we have count? The truth is, mortality is part of what gives life its spark. It pushes us to act, to love deeply, and to leave a legacy. Immortality might sound like the ultimate dream, but perhaps it's more of a curse in disguise, a trap that robs us of the very things that make us human. So, here's the real question. Would you choose to live forever if you could? Or would you embrace the beauty of life's fleeting nature? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the most mind-bending what-if scenarios. Let's explore the universe together.